The bold and the beautiful, Sheila strikes back, Luna exposed, Deacon torn, and a storm that could take down everything in a week where truth collides with obsession. The bold and the beautiful unleashes a firestorm that ignites every corner of Los Angeles, all led by one woman determined to bring order to chaos, Sheila Carter. After weeks of whispered rumors and unanswered questions surrounding the bizarre spiral of events that began at the party at Il Giardino, Sheila steps into a role no one expected, the hunter. This time, she's not creating the scandal, she's exposing it. And she's going to use everything: surveillance footage, bar receipts, social media posts, and press pressure to force Luna Nozawa into the light and into the hands of the law. It all begins with a gut feeling. Sheila had sensed it from the moment she heard Luna's name whispered in connection with Will Spencer's erratic behavior. Something about the story didn't add up. The timing, the drinks, the confusion, the panic. Sheila had been at Il Giardino that night. Not front and center, but close enough to remember the movement in the room, the rhythm of the chaos. And something had stuck with her, a server that didn't belong. Someone out of place. It gnawed her. So she went back to the beginning. Sheila begins by quietly accessing the security footage from Il Giardino, no easy task, but Sheila's never been a stranger to bending rules. She reviews hours of footage, frame by frame, until she finds it. A woman in a black wig, oversized glasses, dressed like a server, moving in and out of frame during the exact window when Will Spencer was served his drink. The timestamp matches. She isolates the footage, enhances it. She catches glimpses of Luna's unmistakable profile, despite the disguise. She doesn't stop there. She cross-references it with cell phone videos posted by party guests. One TikTok influencer caught a clip at the bar just as a drink was being handed off. Another shows a flash of Luna moving through the crowd, tray in hand, brushing past Electra and vanishing toward the back exit. Then comes the kicker: a bar tab closed at the exact time Luna was seen leaving the building. The receipt includes a note in handwriting that Sheila recognizes, Luna's. An attempt to pay and vanish quietly. But it's too late now. With all the pieces in hand, Sheila builds a timeline airtight, precise, and damning. She maps it out minute by minute, tracking Luna's entry, movement, and exit. The disguise. The misdirected drink. The moment Will began showing symptoms. The aftermath. The vanishing act. No assumptions. Just facts. For the first time since the scandal broke, there's a full picture, and it points directly at Luna Nozawa. Deacon tries to stop her. He hears what Sheila's planning and warns her to back off. This isn't your battle, he pleads. You're playing with lives. But Sheila doesn't flinch. No, she says. Luna played with his life. And now she's going to answer for it. Deacon threatens to destroy the evidence. Sheila laughs. It's already been duplicated. It's already been shared. There's no turning back. Then comes the moment that flips the city upside down. Sheila calls a press conference. Not in a hotel. Not through a publicist. Right in the backyard of Il Giardino, the same place the chaos began. Cameras are set up on the patio. Journalists gather. TMZ drones hover. Curious patrons stop mid-meal. Sheila stands in front of the fountain in a sharp black jacket, hair pulled tight, eyes burning with purpose. She steps to the mic. There's been a lot of speculation about what happened at this restaurant the night of Will Spencer's breakdown, she begins. The public deserves answers. And so does the Spencer family. What I'm about to show you is evidence, not rumor, not spin. That a woman named Luna Nozawa infiltrated this restaurant under a false identity, tampered with drinks, and triggered an incident that endangered the life and career of an innocent man. She presses play. Behind her, a flat screen shows the timeline. Footage. Photos. Receipts. Luna's disguised figure darting between tables. The drink handoff. The moment Will's behavior shifts. It's undeniable. It plays like a courtroom exhibit. The press erupts with questions. Has Luna been contacted? What's her motive? Where is she now? Sheila doesn't answer. Instead, she pulls out a printed copy of a warrant. Earlier today, she says, this was signed and authorized, a warrant for the immediate arrest of Luna Nozawa on charges of identity fraud, drug tampering, and reckless endangerment. The audience gasps. Reporters shout over one another. The news spreads within seconds. Social media explodes. Hashtag Luna Nozawa trends globally. Headlines hit the wire within minutes. Fashion star behind Spencer drug scandal identified. Sheila Carter blows whistle in public takedown. Warrant issued for Luna Nozawa in shocking twist. And then chaos. Because Luna shows up, she doesn't run. She doesn't hide. Maybe she never expected the story to go this far. Or maybe, deep down, she believed no one could ever truly pin it on her. But now, standing across from Sheila in the same garden where it all started, Luna is no longer the rising star of Forrester. She's a suspect. A public villain. Surrounded by cameras. Cornered by police. And she's staring straight into the face of the woman who took her down. Sheila doesn't gloat. She doesn't smile. She simply steps aside as officers approach. Luna flinches, then lifts her chin. You don't know the whole story, she whispers. Sheila raises an eyebrow. Then tell it. Under oath. Luna is handcuffed. Mirandized. Escorted out of Il Giardino as cameras flash and press shout questions. The footage goes viral in under 10 minutes. Back at Forrester, Electra collapses into a chair, stunned. Ridge demands an emergency board meeting. Brooke tries to call Bill Spencer. Carter is already in the parking lot, pacing. Hope watches in silence, jaw clenched. Deacon turns away from the TV. And Sheila? She just watches. Calm. Satisfied. Vindicated. Because for once, she didn't have to play the villain. She let the truth do it for her. But this isn't the end. Because Luna's last words hang in the air like a warning, you don't know the whole story. And as the camera zooms in on Sheila's reaction, one thing becomes clear. There's still another layer to this scandal. Another player. Another secret. Because Luna wasn't acting alone. And when that next name drops, Los Angeles won't just be shocked, it'll explode. Stay tuned. The city of Los Angeles is still reeling from the firestorm Sheila Carter unleashed at Il Giardino. In one single, brutal press conference held in the restaurant's backyard, she didn't just expose Luna Nozawa, she annihilated her. With surgical precision, Sheila dropped a bombshell timeline backed by surveillance footage, guest clips, and time-stamped bar receipts that showed Luna had infiltrated the party in disguise, served Will Spencer a tainted drink, and vanished before the chaos ignited. The narrative was clean, airtight, damning. The media swallowed it whole. The police didn't hesitate. A warrant was signed. And in front of a stunned public and a sea of flashing cameras, Luna was arrested on the spot and hauled away in handcuffs. Sheila stood tall, composed, not a trace of her signature mania, only cold, calculated triumph. The woman long known for chaos had reinvented herself as a whistleblower, an anti-hero cloaked in truth. She didn't smile. She didn't gloat. She simply stepped back and let justice do its job. The footage went viral. Talk shows ran emergency segments. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag Luna Nozawa trended for days. But behind every tweet and headline was a darker undertone, not just scandal, but betrayal. Forrester Creations plunged into crisis mode. Their rising star was now their deepest liability. Brooke Logan attempted PR damage control. Ridge Forrester met behind closed doors with legal counsel. Thomas, strangely quiet, vanished from public view. Carter refused interviews. Will Spencer, still recovering emotionally and physically, left town under tight security. The storm was far from over. But no one, not even Sheila, saw what was coming next. Just as the dust began to settle, Lee Finnegan made her move. Lee had remained silent through most of the chaos. A doctor by trade and temperament, she had kept her distance from the press, but had never stopped digging. She had known Luna since childhood. She understood her niece's emotional patterns, her flaws, her tells. And something about the timeline didn't add up. So while the city screamed for punishment, Lee went to work, quietly, methodically. She reviewed the security footage again. She cross-checked the time-stamped bar receipt. She obtained biometric timestamps from Luna's ID chip used at Forrester HQ that evening. And then, she found a gap. A 3-minute hole in the timeline. Unaccounted for. A ghost moment. Luna appeared on camera walking into the staff hallway, but didn't reappear until several minutes after Will's drink was delivered. And most crucially, someone else, someone unknown, slipped through the same door moments before Luna entered. Lee enhanced the footage. The face was obscured. The posture familiar. The height and gait matched someone who hadn't yet been mentioned in the investigation. Someone who had access to both Forrester and Spencer's world. Someone everyone had overlooked. Lee brought her findings to the authorities, but more than that, she leaked it. To the press. To Ridge. To Deacon. To Bill Spencer. One clip. A freeze frame. A shadowed figure. And with it, a new question. What if Luna wasn't acting alone? Sheila was watching the news when the report broke. She saw the still frame. She saw Lee's watermark in the corner of the image. Her blood ran cold. Because suddenly, her flawless victory wasn't so flawless anymore. The media turned again. Now the headline read, "Breaking. New suspect may have framed Luna Nozawa. Is the real culprit still free?" For the first time since her arrest, public opinion shifted. Supporters demanded Luna be released. Protesters gathered outside the precinct. Forrester employees signed a petition. Hashtags flipped from hashtag Justice for Will to hashtag Free Luna Now. Reporters started asking harder questions, not of Luna, but of Sheila. Deacon confronted her behind the closed doors of Il Giardino's kitchen. "You ran your mouth too soon," he snapped. "You didn't expose the truth. You fed a narrative." Sheila, for once, had no answer. Because even she couldn't explain what she saw on that screen. But the show wasn't over. Not even close. Because the bold and the beautiful doesn't end a season with silence. It ends with a shot that resets the board. And that's exactly what happened. As the episode closes, we see Luna behind glass, handcuffed, pale, but unbroken. She doesn't cry. She doesn't plead. She waits. Somewhere deep in the back of her mind, she knows this isn't the end. Because someone else set her up. And soon, they'll slip. Somewhere else, Sheila watches a news segment replay Lee's evidence. Her fingers tighten on the edge of the bar. For a moment, her image flickers, the hero mask slipping. And then, the final twist. A flashback. A slow pan into a luxury office. Dim lights. A fireplace. A wall of monitors. And in the middle, a man. His face obscured. His voice distorted. He watches footage of Sheila's press conference. Of Luna's arrest. Of the media chaos. And then he speaks into an earpiece. Good. They're fighting each other. Just as we planned. A gloved hand closes a laptop screen. Fade to black. The master manipulator, the true director of this entire sequence, has yet to be revealed. And as the bold and the beautiful prepares to launch its next chapter, the rules have changed. Luna is still behind bars. Sheila, though shaken, remains the city's most powerful truth-teller. But now there's a third force at play, someone who's been controlling both sides, pitting them against one another, pushing pawns across a bloody chessboard while staying invisible. This isn't just about Will's drugging or Luna's disguise or Sheila's crusade. It's about control. About power. About a long game that has only just begun. The city won't sleep. The war is far from over. And the next move? It belongs to the one still hiding in the dark. Stay tuned.